Hi, Kara here. Thank you so very much to the parents who have reached out and shared stories and asked questions and made comments about the videos that I'm creating on personalized learning. Your feedback helps me do my best job for parents in our community close by and beyond. And so I am truly grateful for my interaction with you. It helps me do my job even better. A lot of the stories that I've heard parents talk about is how they're in a place where it's so hard to even talk to their kids about school. You know, like it's an automatic argument every time the subject of school comes up. And that is really difficult for parents to find themselves in this place because so much of what our kids do involves school. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about why this happens with our middle school to high schoolers and why it's so important to begin talking about personalized learning concepts like growth mindset and working with strengths early on in a kiddo's education, so that they build that resilience and ability to take risks and fail forward, and also to ask for what they need in learning. So kind of looking at a model of human beings, why we make the choices we do. We typically, to simplify our decision-making process, make decisions out of a lack of information or understanding or skill, or a wealth of understanding or skill. For example, very simply, I'm not going to change lanes on this 2-lane highway to pass the car because I can't see around the curve where I'm driving and I don't know if a car is coming. So therefore I'm going to keep myself safe because I don't have the information. Also, a very, very common academic lack that I see is students who say they're not good math students. And this happens, you know, even as early as 5th grade. But my high schoolers, when they come to me to take the ACT and say, I am not good at math, it breaks my heart because I see how their math skills are so very intact, and yet they don't have the confidence to make decisions on the test about how to solve the questions. And so in these two examples, we are making decisions on a lack of information, a lack of getting what we need. And if kids don't get what they need in school, even at a very early age, you know, the understanding that it's okay to make mistakes, or you can try again on this project, or even from parents and teachers, it doesn't matter how well you do or don't do. It matters that you try again. Kids can make up mixed messages. They can misperceive or experience real feelings of shame and hurt when it comes to school activities. And then once they form that mindset that they're not good at something, they begin to make choices based on that feeling of not good enough. So if a student doesn't feel like he's smart, then maybe he'll become the class clown instead. Or if a student doesn't feel that she's good at math, then she won't take harder math classes in school. You can see how this happens almost imperceptibly to the student at a very young age, and then the cycle continues as the student gets older. And so as parents, if we can be aware of the small messages that our children are giving about what they're good at, what they're not good at, and even just how they feel about taking risks, we can help our kids by meeting them where they are, and then we can help them build that inner resilience, you know, because things are going to happen outside of their control all through school. But if they have an inner strength and an ability to overcome obstacles, then the mistake will not define them. Whereas if they haven't developed that sense of self, they become more debilitated by mistakes and define themselves through successes and failures rather than their own inner sense of thinking, I'm okay, I can do this. And so I just ask you to think for some quiet moments sometime today or within the week. What do you see each of your kids doing? How do you see their approach to school? And what might these behaviors be indicating? What needs may not be met for them in school? And they could be very, very basic, but meeting the needs of your children first when it comes to school or home with friends is the most important step. And so we can even just like back off on the personalized learning, the high achieving academic pieces, and say, what does your kid need? And then you can bring in the conversation that we talked about last week of how can I help you? And so I wish you a fantastic day. I wish you quiet moments of reflection. And I look forward to hearing from you if you have anything to share. Thank you so much. Have a great day.